Hey, everybody, I'm Mike,
I'm Bob.
And I'm Tim.
and this is the Board Game Rundown. Welcome to Whiskey Wednesday, January 15th edition. Thanks, everybody, for joining us, and we appreciate your patience.
Yeah, a little technical difficulties on my end. Everybody color themselves shocked. Not the usual internet issue, like a
There,
weird
there was a
difference.
tad of that at the end.
Well, I think that was me like closing browsers and
Ah,
reopening and
doing
going
everything
in.
else.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, we're glad you're able to
Indeed.
make it, Tim.
Yeah, I guess.
And glad to have you, Bob. Glad to have you back, even though you said you feel good. You certainly don't sound it. So,
Yeah, that's all that's left. Like I feel a lot better. Like this is all gone, but this remains. It kind of hurts to talk a little bit, but I'm gonna push through it. Hopefully, it doesn't sound too bad.
Just sounds interesting.
you're quieter, but
That's why I did move the mic closer, so I didn't have to yell quite so much.
Yeah, we'll make do. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We're going to make sure we say hi to everybody. We already know the Rossies are in the chat. Dave said you gotta blow on it and then stick it back in. And he also said that we're on full 42 time, the ultimate insult in our preparation.
Or compliment.
It could be a compliment, but those guys are also always late.
Oh, that's fair.
You're so difficult, baby.
Blow on it, stick it back in. We got Trevor on the other side of the world. We got Steph on the other side of the world, hence the good mornings that you're receiving there, Mr. Chris. Thanks for joining us. We got Andrew in the house.
Andrew is making the rounds. We got to get him on our show soon.
Oh, yes.
Styles,
We got both Andrews.
We got both Andrews. We got Andrew squared.
Oh, yeah.
Full 42 appearance. I'm not going to lie, I did not watch that one. I was watching Monday Night Football. I am a football junkie, so when the games are meaningful, I cannot take my eyes off of that. But yes, we gotta get Mr. Styles back on for sure, and I'm pulling for his Lions.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I mean, how cool would it be? I mean, because in our area, there's tons of Lions fans. Honestly, I think it would be really cool to see the Lions win a Super Bowl because they've never done it.
Me too.
The only way that it would be hard to pull for the Lions is if like the Bills make it, because man, they've had a rough go.
Yeah. If both of those teams make it, I don't really care who wins. It's fine. But if it's the friggin' Chiefs against the Lions, I hope the Lions beat them up.
Yeah. I'm still okay with the Lions beating on the Bills. I'm totally good with that. Absolutely. Lions for sure. Easy to pull for them for me. After that, kind of don't care.
Well, yeah, I mean,
fighting on Ohio.
But is not being the Chiefs would be nice.
Not being the Chiefs would be nice.
Who cares? I mean, if they lose to the Lions, even better. You want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Yeah, Lions Bills would be intriguing for sure. No question there. Dave says I'm betting on Ohio. There's a weird thing that happens too when Notre Dame gets to, meaningful games. I've watched every playoff game, every minute of every playoff game. So I'm weird in that, yes, I went to Purdue and, naturally we hate Notre Dame, but I watch Notre Dame football.
Hey,
Marcus
Freeman has made Notre Dame likable, which is I love watching people have to admit, people that normally hate Notre Dame. Who knows what's going to happen on Monday. But we're there. We made it. Let's go. We've already broken a bunch of curses. We couldn't win a major bowl game since 1993. We've won 2. We beat the SEC champs. Let's go. We beat the Big Ten runner-up. Let's go. So, Now we get the third place in the Big Ten in the Natty. Let's go.
Nice. Bob, switching topics here. You talked about cities sitting behind you. Did you play Panda Royale with us at QsCon?
Yeah, like a few times.
I loved that game. It's in my top 100, but not tonight. I liked it quite a bit. Yeah, it's a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Slight issue with some dice, but not that. But I can deal with it.
Talking crap over here. We got our Ohio contingency in the house.
Listen, man, Ohio State, if they play like they have been playing, it's going to be a long night for me on Monday.
Yep. Notre Dame better show up better than they did against Georgia. Yeah. I'll tell you that. They got lucky against Georgia. They don't.
Lucky? We beat them by 2 scores. Get the hell out of here.
You guys, the first half of the game that I watched, you guys were not playing that well.
Are you talking about Georgia or Penn State? Because we did fine in that Georgia game.
No, the last game, Penn State. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, Georgia, you played well. Sorry, that was my bad. Misspoke.
Again, not lucky. We pulled our heads out of our asses and started playing some football in the second half. And we exposed, kind of like what the Rams did to Sam Darnold, we exposed Drew Aller for what he was. We showed America that he is a subpar quarterback.
I'll say one other thing about Dave's comment here. When you're a Big Ten fan, you hate Ohio State. That's just the way it is. Yep. So I have tons of family from Ohio, hate Ohio State.
I do love all of my Ohio friends and brethren, though. They're great. And
I don't know a lot of Ohio State people like went there, but like the one I know is pretty awesome.
Yeah, Bobby
Ramsey.
Yeah. Well, he's a Bobby. He's a Bobby.
So he's got the insides. Like, oh, you're lucky. You're lucky.
And Andrew's 100% correct here. The Lions basically laid the blueprint the week before on how to beat up on those Vikings, and the Rams perfectly followed that blueprint. Get to Darnold, and
poor guy couldn't stand up for very long.
Yeah, but he's also not as good as his season was. I'm just saying.
Fair. Well, he got to play the Bears twice.
Not as bad as he was in that playoff game either. He's probably somewhere in the middle, but that offensive line played terribly, so they got to take some of that blame too.
Yeah, he's a USC quarterback. He's a fraud.
I knew that was going to come up eventually.
He's a fraud.
Yeah, exactly. He won the rights to get $100 million guaranteed from the Browns.
Nice.
So. or the Raiders.
That meme in like 3 chat groups.
Or the Raiders. It's going to be the Browns, the Raiders, and the Jets.
I hope that Rodgers doesn't go to Miami.
I don't think he will.
So mad. No, I might have to. Done. You think he's done?
No, I want him to stay in the league and just continue to tarnish his legacy.
Just what I mean is he's washed.
I know. I don't want him. I don't like the guy, but I don't think he's going to be a Jet next year, and so I really don't want to see him go to Miami.
I don't think he'd go to Miami because he won't be able to get the coach fired. He needs to be like a LeBron James. He needs to go and he needs to dictate who the personnel is. He's not going to be coached. You don't talk to me. You talk to those other guys. I play my game because I'm Aaron Rodgers. That's exactly how LeBron James is and has been since he won a championship with the Heat. Yeah, just no, screw that. Like, I don't want any of those players on my team ever.
Yeah, I'm with you. Lay GM, lay flop.
Yeah, no, get out of here. They suck.
I swear we'll get to some board games eventually, but I'm definitely loving the football chat. As you get into, January, the games are more meaningful. So I'm tuned to lots of football this time of year. That's for sure.
I will say, if you haven't hit a thumbs up button, you should do it because
you should do it.
People on YouTube do.
Yes, and if you're watching on Facebook and you give a thumbs up, we can see that up in this corner up here.
Yeah.
So let's find our Facebook watchers and shame them for not liking.
We can see you watching.
There aren't any. They're all YouTube. So
okay, that's fine.
You guys drinking anything? Yes, Andrew. We'll wrap up with that. we are officially going to do a fantasy football board game rundown league next year. This will be kind of your standard fantasy football. We'll probably do it on ESPN or Yahoo. It'll be fun. We'll get the ground rules down, and everybody's welcomed. 10, 12, 14 teams, somewhere in there. It'll be a blast. Can't wait.
We're also going to do a fantasy board game draft league we're still working out sort of the scoring. We've had a couple, the chat's kind of died down on it, but we'll bring it back up, get it going again, where we will be picking games that are 2025 releases. And basically you're going to get points every week based on where they are on the BGG ratings. And if they can pop into the hotness, there's some extra points there. It's going to be very, very basic rules. I know there was lots of stuff, like elaborate things that were pitched and suggested and sound awesome. But frankly, until we kind of work out the kinks and figure it out, it's easier to just start very basic and very vanilla. And then we can just kind of build on that as we go. Because then that'll let us see where the flaws and the quirks with even this most basic system. And then we can start to kind of throw it in there and tool it up. Because unlike a lot of the people in this chat, we're not game designers. So we've got to go really slow baby steps.
Yeah. We kind of got some of the ground rules since it was mentioned. We might as well talk about it. So has to be a 2025 release. You can pick any game that's going to potentially release in 2025. And the idea is that the higher that game gets ranked on BGG by December 31st, the more points it scores. So
we're scoring, aren't we tallying points? Doesn't it accumulate points throughout the year like a regular fantasy football team? I didn't think it was just at the very end we took the score.
Like for each day, it's on the topness?
Not each day, like every week we check scores, like fantasy football.
Oh, not what. That was one aspect of the scoring.
Why wouldn't wait till December? That'd be boring.
You gotta update it like what, every 2 weeks, maybe 20. So there's 24 games here.
All right. So obviously we still have some things to discuss. There was
right.
Yeah, there was
right.
one particular aspect of scoring that was where it's rated on December 31st. And then there was another where we were going to check if it was in the hotness every Wednesday night. And if it is, it scores points. And then at the end of the year, total those up.
Yeah, I figure if it's in the hotness when we do the scoring, right? So like you're going to accumulate points. You put everything on a spreadsheet and they just accumulate points every week.
Right. Because that's how hotness works. If you only do it at the end of the month or December, then what's hot in February might not be hot in
right. But I mean, a game might start out at like 9,300, right? So that maybe it's worth a point for that. But then it starts to climb, and then it's like, well, now it's worth 2 points, 3 points. As it gets higher.
Yeah.
But it's accruing points as it goes.
Yeah, it's scoring points to the end of the year.
I literally put an entirely different format in the Discord and in our chat. It's like, hey, that sounds like a good place to start.
I did not read it that way, Mike. I read it the way that I just explained it. And I clearly Bob did too. Like, so.
No, to be honest, like I saw you guys throwing all types of numbers and shit out. I was like, I do not have time for this right now. And I never went back and read it.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. So we still got to figure some things out. The whole idea is you're going to draft, depends how many people we have, 2 or 3 games, snake format draft. So if you're the first pick in the first round, you get the last pick in the second round and vice versa. And then you'll accumulate points based on how those games do by increasing their ranking and getting in the hotness.
So obviously what you do is you go on BGG and you rank the games that you pick.
Hey, that's not fair. Mike's got like how many phones out there at your work that you have slave to your
I mean, we did also mention if you're willing to game this, one, get a life.
Yeah.
2, is it really that important to you? You're not winning any money. We're just going to call you the fantasy board game champion in our
Worth
chat and in our Discord. So
Yeah.
there you
Or
go.
maybe we send you something, but yeah.
We'll figure that
No,
out.
but the other thing is, if you're gonna do that, pick a game by one of the designers that's in the chat so that we can skyrocket their thing
Yeah, there you
up to the top.
go. Okay. What are you guys drinking?
I'm being good tonight. I've just got a carbonated beverage.
I poured myself one heavy Maker's Mark, and then that's all I'm drinking, and I have my
There you
other
go.
beverages.
So we haven't mentioned that we're doing our top 100 tonight. So that's exciting. 91 through 100. Ooh.
Look at that.
Nice.
Nice.
Look at that.
And join us on Whiskey Wednesday in 2 weeks where you'll get to learn more about Button Kingdoms. I thematically pulled out the Whiskey Wednesday 100 for the top 100.
There you go.
For maybe those that don't remember, this was a custom-made blend at Barrels and Billets in Louisville. You get to try a bunch of their stuff, mix them, and then make your own custom bourbon. So there it is.
Sweet.
All right. Did we want to? I guess we spent a lot of time talking about other stuff and we started late. We can bypass what we were going to bring up and go right into the top.
I think
we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. We'll go into it. Let me let Winston back in real quick. So talk for like 10 more seconds, and then hopefully he'll be ready to go.
You got it.
So tonight, top 100. If you've been watching the channel, our top 50 has already been released. Not all of it. We're down to 21. So our 20 through 11 and our 10 through 1 will be coming out next week.
Is it next week already?
So we decided last year to supplement this on our live show by ranking 100 games. So this is our top 50 after 50.
That's a catchy title, Mike. I like that.
It is.
I see what you did there.
I haven't had the balls to put it on the thumbnail yet, but maybe next year. Maybe when we're at 10,000 subs.
That'll be like next week.
Hopefully.
Speak it into existence, right?
That's right.
So yeah, always exciting talking about our top 100 games. So
Bob can go, and then me, and then you, Mike.
That's the typical batting order.
That is. Bob, start us off with your number 100.
Well, that says 10. Mike.
We don't have 100 of those. We have 10 of them.
Okay. That's going to mess up my numbering system. So my number 100. I'm trying to think real quick. Yeah, I think this is my highest ranked Eric Lang trilogy game, Blood Rage. I love Blood Rage. I haven't played it in a really long time. My copy gets played by other people more than I get to play it, which I don't mind. At least it's getting played. But I would like to play it again because it has been a long while.
Nice.
It has been a while, but it's one of my all-time favorite games. Fantastic. Love it. Love what it did for the territory control genre.
Yeah. And it's got a nice card drafting system.
Mm-hmm.
There's different paths to victory.
Yeah, it was very innovative at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Great game.
Yeah. Blood Rage is really good. It started the downfall of the Vikings games for me, but I do still really like it. It is in my top 100. I just won't be talking about it this week. Anyways, if we're gonna go with my number 100, I believe this one is
Hi, Jazz.
New to the top 100, and it is what is this? What is that? Forbidden Games? What are they? Who does Raccoon Tycoon. It's not that game.
Oh, Forbidden Island.
Forbidden Island. That's what it is. Okay, so designed by Sir Glenn Drover. This is a undersung game, in my opinion, and that is Railroad Rivals. This is a tile drafting game where drafting placement game. You're placing these railroad tiles. There's a little bit of stock. You're kind of messing around with the values of them. Really good, really straightforward, and fun game. I really enjoy this one quite a bit.
I don't think I played this.
Oh, it's good.
I definitely have not played this.
Sir Glenn Drover, I'm willing to give it a shot.
I mean, seriously, we could play it in like 45 minutes tops. It plays fast.
Nice.
Yeah.
Maybe Friday.
Yeah, and it's got a nice little puzzle aspect to it, but it's really good. I really enjoy it, and I never hear anybody talk about it. And I'm always like, dang, that game's fun.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to talk about a game that's got a lot of people talking about it because it was a Spiel des Jahres winner. That is Captain Flip. This was new to me this year. Actually, Mr. Wes Todd taught me this game.
Me too.
And I was like, okay, this is pretty decent. But then I started playing it on BGA, and this game just grows on you. It gets better and better every time you play it. I really enjoy this one. You're basically just choosing a tile, and you can place it on your board, or you can flip it and then place it on your board. You got to start at the bottom and work your way up, and all of the different tiles just have completely different ways of scoring. Really interesting push your luck mechanic in this one, where there's a gunner. If you have 3 of them on your board, you bust, you lost the game. Problem is they give you the most coins. They give you 5 coins when you place them, and that's way more than any of the other tiles give you. And the goal is most coins wins. When you get to the top, you get coins and you get bonuses and stuff like that. Really fun. I've enjoyed my plays of Captain Flip, and on BGA it's insanely fast. It plays very quick.
I really liked Captain Flip. I need to buy this game.
Definitely agree with Andrew on his ranking there. Blood Rage, again, all-time favorite for me. So I guess we're going to stack our games against each other. I'm good with that. I like
Apparently.
that. Good touch. So there you go. That's our number 100s.
100.
Up to 99.
109.
Oh.
99. This is a new to me game this year. I feel like its ranking, it's high, but I play this game a lot just because it's just so easy to get to the table. Sausage sizzle.
Yes.
Ton of fun. I love the art by Ian O'Toole. I liked it before I knew it was Ian O'Toole. And it's just a fun dice rolling game. Anybody can play it. The little chips are nice to help you keep track of which ones you've got and which ones you haven't. And if you use BG Stats app, it's got a really nice scoring pad in there. So.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this was a fun one. I'm glad I picked it up.
Yeah, this game's great. I love it.
I love the gaming of the system with the yellow dice and the brown dice. Like one's got 2 sausages, one has 2 5s. So you play those odds.
Yeah, this one soared into my top 50. I love this game. Yeah.
It could have been higher, but I played it a lot. So
sure.
Yeah.
Did you guys learn this at QSCon as well?
No.
That's where I played it.
That was at the Warsaw place.
Yeah, I had learned it at HeroCon. Or whatever that was.
It's fun. You guys like it a lot more than I do, but it's fun.
We're starting a cult, Jim. Welcome.
Yes, sausage cult. Yes.
Oh boy, Mike's always trying to get everybody in his wiener cult, and there we go.
It's kind of funny because now that you say that, that linguiça that I get from my mom, that Portuguese sausage, I took some to work and let people try my Portuguese sausage, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's so good!" And now I was like, "Yeah, everybody wants more." It's funny.
Yeah,
I'm hooked.
That's what you do, Bob. You get them hooked.
It's meaty. It's really good.
Right. My number 99 will probably also rank last in Andrew's ranking out of our 3 games, and I'm fine with that. is yeah, if you're in for the sausage cult. But this is a dungeon crawler that I really like. I need to get it back to the table. I haven't had it on the table in a hot minute. But that is Massive Darkness 2 Hellscape.
Oh.
I still really like this game. I like the AI system used for the monsters and the way they come through. I like the heroes and the different things you can do with them. I just haven't gotten this to the table in ages, but it still sticks in my brain. Like when this was definitely one of those games when we're doing those when you're doing those rankings and you're like, damn, I need to play this. Like I've been tempted to even just get it out and mess around with it solo, just to
Sure.
I
did see too. Somebody else basically mirrored what you had said. How the second one was much better. They fixed a bunch of things that were wrong with the first one.
So I never even played the first one, but I do remember there being some controversy, I think, with the first one. And but yeah, the second one I've really enjoyed and appreciated. So
yeah, I'm curious, David Godfrey, what'd you think of Path of Civilization though?
And while we're waiting, Mike, what's your 99?
Go ahead, Mike.
Well, my number 99 is a game we have talked about quite a bit. A big hit on the channel, but it didn't get played last year, so it slipped a bit. It's Mission Control Critical Orbit.
Oh,
Nice.
rude.
Such a fun. That's just personal hotness, man. If I don't play it for a while, it falls. But it has been a minute. But this is a really fun and very unique co-op where you have 20 minutes to save the ship, and everybody's working on completely unique kind of roll and write puzzles.
You're not saving the ship. You're saving the dude who's running out of air.
Yeah, the Ethernaut.
That's right.
Also, looks very similar to Coriandolora there. But I just love the replayability in this game. All of the mini games feel entirely different. And when you're the Ethernaut, you have so much pressure on you to get those pipes lined up, and you need those special bonuses from your partners. Just a very unique game. And I gotta say, that booth at Gen Con, still one of my favorite convention experiences. That was such a blast.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
there we go. Called it. Oh, Bob getting some teach love.
Whoop, whoop.
All right, you have. You definitely have. It just took you getting called out. All right, let's go to 97.
98?
8.
8.
98.
That's what he said.
That's what I said. Booty trap.
Number 8. Always a fan favorite. Always love to play it with fans. It's become one of our origins, traditions, but Telestrations is always a good time. You get a big group of people together. You're drawing, you're guessing, you're drawing. And the stories that this game has led to, it's always going to have a special place. Even if maybe it slips out because there's just so many other games, there's always going to be times and events where I want to pull this game out and get it played with people.
This game's a blast. I tons of plays. Personally, like After Dark more. Just if you got the crowd that's willing to do be gross, it is funnier. But I love this game.
Well, I can't do After Dark with my kids. I'm not going to explain what smegma is.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's like when my mom trying to play Codenames After Dark. What's Bukaki? Nope. Back it up. Back it up. We're done.
Fantastic game. Also in my top 100.
Oh, I should have pulled up some pictures. I could have showed you. That's okay.
Yeah, such good stuff on there.
Great pick. Great pick.
Yep. Great
Even
game.
if it is an activity in some people's minds.
It's too bad you're not closer, David. I'd teach you. Apparently.
PGA.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, or PoppyCon.
That's a long way to go just for PoppyCon.
It is.
Pick a better one. Anyways. So my 98, this may go last again in Andrew's rankings, and I'll be okay with that. Because I really like Andrew a lot, and his opinion matters to me, but I'm also very confident in my own tastes in games. So my number 98 is an absolute beast to sort, but is really fun to play, especially if you're a fan of the IP. And I am talking about Legendary Encounters, the Alien deck building game. Getting to play through a bunch of the Alien franchise thematically in a really, difficult co-op. Like, this was really fun. This game's really fun. The cards are fun. I appreciate sort of the tension, as you don't know, like some of those cards aren't revealed, so you have to reveal them. And then if they're an alien, they might attack you. And there's just taking them all, just taking down the aliens, trying to get through the little missions and everything. It's a good time. And I also have the Predator one in the same box. I've got the Alien and Predator all in the same box. But yeah, they're both good times if you're into that sort of thing. But
yeah, I always hate sorting and setting that up because the font is so small.
Yeah, it's a bitch.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's good.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, it's like the Chip Theory game, because it's got the same issue where the font is so tiny. You're trying to set the deck up, and it's like, man, put an icon on there or something.
Yeah, make it a little easier, right?
Uh-huh.
But to my knowledge, this was the first like Legendary game that was outside of the Marvel IP.
Yeah, I hear you. The art can always be so hit or miss on those too.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Yeah, that's a good point.
I never did actually get a chance to play the Alien version of Legendary. I'd like to, though.
We could fix that sometime.
Yeah. There you go, Chris. I got you 2 links, our BGA rundown group and our Discord invite. Good stuff. What do I got? My number 98. Ooh, I'm the only one in this group here that has played this one. This was new to me this year. And I love my economic games. Whoa, that's not it. Hold on, I got to find the right one. It's been reprinted. There it is. It is Big Boss. This is kind of like Acquire's cousin. But I found this on a sale. And man, for what I paid and the components that you get, there is so much plastic in this box. It is insane. And it's a dual layered board that your pieces fit into. And basically you're just building out these buildings and putting these companies. Whoa, I don't know what version that is. But you're putting these companies out on the board and you're building them out. And the bigger that you build them, the more the stock is worth of that company. And so you're trying to, foreshadow how big you can make a company. What gets interesting is then as soon as 2 companies touch, one buys the other out. Whoever played the tile decides which one gets bought out. So you're trying to predict when that's going to happen, because you're going to lose all your money on the company that gets bought out. So just a fun, very easy to learn economic game, Big Boss. This was originally came out in the 90s? Yeah, 94. But then Funko reprinted this one, and that's the box that you're seeing here. That version is great. That's what I've got. Tons of plastic. Well, you're not wrong. Especially if you're sitting in the stall next to me.
Who does number 2 work for?
Oh, I forgot. New mug. This was a Christmas present, and I haven't used it yet. So kind of fun. And it's even, got Mike's mug on it. So there you go. Cheers to my Big Boss opponents.
Sounds like it's mostly just Di Rossi.
Yes, and Whiskey Wednesday 100 right now.
Say it's his
All right.
own. He's his own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Got to get some old games in there. They don't get enough love.
Sure.
All right, let's move on to 97.
This one slipped a bunch because I haven't gotten it played. But I do love me some Quacks of Quedlinburg still.
Ooh, it did slide. Yeah.
Slid quite a bit.
Wow.
Haven't really played it. Been playing a lot of
Same.
other stuff, even other like push your luck types of games. But I got all the bits and stuff for it, so I really should get it out and play it some more. So the Quacks of Quedlinburg,
Man,
my second favorite Wolfgang Warsh game.
Me too.
I had to look. I haven't played it since 2022, but it has not fallen enough
Yeah,
to get out of my top 50 just because I've got 17 plays of it. That
yeah, and
gives it staying power for me.
yeah. And the problem, one of the big problems with me getting it played is like when we're playing games, we have other stuff we have to play, and if we are playing a game for funsies, we're going to play, probably something else. The group I would play this with, there's a person that I literally caught doing this. It's like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
It really, you really got to win that bad, and so I just refuse to pull it out and play it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
does
fair.
ruin- That ruins it. Still a great game, though.
Yeah, for sure. What you got,
All
Jimmy?
right. Yeah, my number 97 is from Academy Games, and I'm talking about Reality Shift. This is just a really unique racing game with some wild components. And it's super fun. It's kind of mean, but it plays fast, and you can just try all different kinds of setups with these cubes, and then you've got the magnetic bikes that zipping up and down the sides and around, and yeah, just some really cool stuff you can do with this game. So I really enjoy it quite a bit. I think it's really
Very
good.
unique.
Yeah, really unique. Really
I
unique.
love the magnets. I mean, games with magnets. I think that was one of our things that we talked about on the things that more board games need. I think magnets was on my list. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
Gnome Hollow, right? It's like the most recent one with magnets.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep them coming.
Yeah, nothing quite like this one, where you're actually 3D racing and you can flip the track over, and that's a viable way to crush your opponent's car.
Drive up it,
Yes.
over it. Yeah, crush it.
Man, you know what? Bob, we played this. I thought it was with you. Maybe it was with Spencer. I played this
Yes.
a full game of a demo at Origins a couple years ago, and apparently I didn't log it, probably because I was at Origins. So
Yeah.
but I
Probably.
definitely did play this one. This one's fun. And of course, for those that may remember, we had the designer Matt Hansen on our show while we were at QSCon.
Yep.
That was a fun episode.
That was while we were at QSCon. Oh, you
That's
guys
when
were at QSCon.
Bob and I were there. Yeah.
I wasn't there yet.
I don't know why I specifically remember that, but I do. All right. We're going to jump again into the one play only club. This is a game I only played once, but it just really stuck with me. And I just haven't tracked down a copy and played it again. I am talking about Moonrakers.
Ooh, I got that. We got to play that.
So this is one of the more unique games that I've played. You're essentially deck building, but you are trying to actually accomplish these quests that I'm trying to find. It's not those. Anyway, you're trying to complete quests. Thing is that early in the game, you got a very weak ship because you don't have very good cards. And so you need other players to join you to complete these quests because they're going to play cards that give you resources that you need to complete the quests. And so what you're doing is you're negotiating, all right, I need those resources from you, Bob, but I want to take the points and you can have the resource that lets you buy a better card. So you're negotiating what the rewards are from the quest that you actually are going to split. And that's the interesting part, but also building up your ship and determining, I want my ship to be better at providing this resource. so that I'm useful as a partner during the quest negotiation phase. I just found it fascinating and unique, and I'm just dying to play this game again.
Yeah, I should try it. Like I've seen it, but like I think it's gonna be one of those games that's very group dependent because of all the negotiating and stuff you have to do. There'll be some people that just don't want to negotiate, and so it's gonna be very group dependent. Don't you have to have at least three, right? Like 3 to 5.
Yeah, it is. All negotiating games are, but I
Yeah.
love negotiating, so they just automatically rank higher for me.
Sure.
I love the player interaction in games like this. And of course, it's an Ivy Studios game, so the components are bonkers.
It is. Yeah, they do make beautiful games.
Mm-hmm. Hands down.
Yeah.
There you go. So that's our 97. Let's get to 96.
I love how Oink Games can make a game that fits in this tiny box. It plays like 5, 6 people, and they're fun. Deep Sea Adventure.
Yeah.
Everybody starts up in the submarine, has these little dots on it. That's how much air you have, and then there's all these little tiles going down, and you're rolling these 2d6s. Although actually they're 2d3s because there's like 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 1s. And you're rolling those and you're moving down, and then you can choose to pick up items. But if you have an item when it becomes your turn, you have to move the oxygen level down for every artifact you have. And then when you roll the dice, you move one less spot for each one you're carrying as well. And you have to get down, pick stuff up, and get back up to the top to score those points. You play like 3 rounds, and then you see who has the most points. It's fun. Like it's like I said, it's just a little tiny box. You can play 6 people with it and have a blast. So,
yeah, Bob, you taught this one at QSCon. This one was a ton of fun. I literally just need to buy a copy. I really enjoyed this one. Also, side note, barely missed my top 100. It was 102.
wow.
Man, if he had just rolled a little higher, he might have made it up.
Right?
Yeah, if I hadn't sucked so bad and died trying to get more treasure. But,
so if I had taught it better.
Well, the push your luck in this one is excellent. I love how that works.
And then plus, like, you're looking at these greedy people with like three of those treasures. You're like, what are you doing? You're never gonna make it back to the top with all of those.
Yeah, it is. It was
sucking
fun.
All the air out of here.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Also supports 6, which it's hard to do in strategy games, and it's a good roll to move game.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah,
also tough to do.
That is tough to do. All right, my number 96. I guess I'm staying in the racing category, and I am going to talk about Cubitos. This is just a really solid game. Lots of fun dice, kind of like Quacks, where you can choose alternative, like abilities for the dice.
Right.
So it gives a lot of replayability. There's a couple different maps, and you can that you can race on, and then but then you mix and match those abilities. You find combinations you like, or try random things. You can do the suggested ones. And it's really fun. It's a really cool little game. I like these kind of games. I kind of like that, that little bit of, I don't know. That's not push your luck, right? It's like bag building. You're trying to
push your luck because you can choose to keep rolling or stop.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So and then I like how you draw like your dice pool is almost like your deck, and you're drawing out of it.
Yes.
And then your discard pile moves over.
Yes, I like that quite a bit. I think that's really good. And I enjoy sort of the hidden strategies that are in there, like with stuff like that. So, but it's what Mike likes with that crunch per rule. I feel like this is pretty easy to teach, and but you can make lots of really interesting decisions within that framework. So
yeah, like the base rules are easy, and the minutia is just in all the cards that you get.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I love this game. This was such an obsession for me in 2023. I played this over 20 times in that year. I need to get more plays of the Foul Play expansion, which I picked up at Gen Con last year. More tracks, more dice, just more stuff I love about Cubitos. Great pick.
All right, what do you got for 96, Mike?
All right, my number 96. Not a favorite of anybody here, but I love social deduction, and I've just played this one a whole bunch. And with the right group, it's a hit, and I still enjoy Secret Hitler.
Oh, I love Secret Hitler. I got it.
There's just, I'm a person that like I played a ton of One Night Ultimate Werewolf back when I first got into gaming. And so Secret Hitler just kind of added more goodness to the social deduction hidden traitor thing that I liked about Werewolf. I love the instant win condition if you're Hitler. If you make it past that third fascist policy being enacted and you can get nominated as chancellor, somebody actually still believes that you are a liberal and you get nominated as the chancellor or as the president and you get the instant win. Oh, it's so fun. I still enjoy this game. I got a group that still loves to play this. Actually going to be meeting up with him in a couple weeks, and this one is probably going to come out. It always does.
Yeah. Nope. I've got the nice wood box edition of this. I enjoy this quite a bit. Yeah.
Same.
I've been trying to get Bob to come off of that, like as long as I've known him. I might have to give up dwellings for it.
You might actually have to come up with dwellings to get that one.
I had somebody offer me a trade for it, but it was way too lopsided. I'm not doing that. But yeah, I still love this game. Secret Hitler. What can I say? I love bluffing and shouting at people.
Yeah.
All right.
Facts.
Not so bad as far as social deduction game goes.
Hey,
no, there's some strategy to it. So yeah.
Correct.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
Good to hear. There is. You're right. Okay. On to number 95.
Nice.
Oh, Trevor, that's the best.
Oh,
that's amazing.
Oh my gosh. I have ascended in the rankings.
I would agree. I would almost we're close, but Cubitos is amazing. I love that game. So
all right. 95. Played the crap out of this one for a while, but then all of a sudden it's one of those games we just stopped, haven't had much of a chance. But if you have both editions, you can play up to 16 people in what is essentially a game of war. But Challengers is a great deck builder game where you're playing like a 1v1, you're doing like a round robin, and you're earning all these trophies. At the very end, the two people with the most trophies go against each other. And you're basically playing a card out. Whoever has the higher card, the lower person has to keep playing cards until they can, overcome the other person. And it's a bunch of fun. And there's a lot of different, like, I don't want to say suits, but like, types of cards. Like, you can add in the diver ones. You can add in the fantasy ones. And so you'll pick like, I think it's 3 to 4, shuffle them together, and then you have a deck that you're drawing cards from and adding to your base deck. And the newer one, the Beach Cup, also adds like a asymmetrical player power that you get too, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one's really fun. We haven't played this in a while.
It's been a while.
Deck building is really satisfying in this, and I love how it's really just a re-implementation of war, and it works really well.
Yep. Yeah, I think you have to have a certain amount of cards in your deck, but you can basically call as many as you want as long as you have the minimum amount. But running out of cards makes you lose, so you got to be careful.
You can't get rid of too many. You need to keep at least like 7 or 8.
Yep. And lots of the same ones so they can stack up on your bench.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the trick. That's the trick.
Yep.
Because that bench fills up and that's it. That's the end of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just enough to be added to war. Also, just missed my top 100.
Nice.
Good pick.
All right, my number 95. People love to hate on, and I guess it's essentially been replaced now. But this is a game I can still get my wife to play with me, and I really like it. I was always a fan. I'm kind of sad that the Space Cowboys doesn't support the app anymore because I really enjoyed Splendor playing it on the app.
It's back.
Is it back?
It's back. I just played it the other day on my iPad.
Oh,
back.
hell yeah. Okay. I'm going to
Yep.
get it.
Yeah, because I had the same issue. Like it wouldn't load. Things were going on, but I just played it the other day and it worked just fine.
Okay. Perfect. Sweet. I'm going to play
Yep.
Splendor again, probably tonight.
Nice. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I really like this game. I know Splendor Duel is probably like the more preferred version for people, but
Sure.
I just appreciate what this game does. I kind of like the engine building aspect of it. You know, there's a little bit of the puzzle with like what chips do you take and hold and cards do you buy and
Yeah.
you know and stuff like that. And yeah, it's a very simple, straightforward game, but I think it's really cool and I still really like it. Yeah, it's a nice engine builder. Yeah.
I like this game so much. Like we used to play it all the time when we go to dinner, order food, pull out the tablet, play around. By the time you're done playing, the food's there.
Yeah.
Right? And then I played it so much too. They also have on the app like challenges. Where like,
yes,
hey,
I like the challenges.
Turns, and you have to manipulate these cards and stuff to get the ones you need to buy the certain card. Yeah.
Yeah. I was doing a lot of the challenges and stuff back in the day, right? Like when the app was before my app stopped
before
working.
something happened to it. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, very cool. Yeah, no, I just still really like Splendor. I think it's pretty fun, and I wouldn't turn down playing it because I still still enjoy it.
No, that's a good pick. I love this game. You don't get to 50 plays without really enjoying a game. Only reason it doesn't stay in my top 100 is because Splendor Duel kind of replaced it for me, and the majority of my Splendor plays tend to be at 2, and Duel is just a much better version. But Splendor, if somebody says let's play Splendor and there's 3 or 4 of us, let's go. I still really enjoy it. I will say though, I have the Cities of Splendor expansion, and I don't necessarily like them that much. I prefer base Splendor.
I've never touched it.
Do you have just the cities, or do you have like the box that has like all 3 of the expansions in it?
Yeah, it's all 3 of them, and it's called Cities of Splendors. That includes 3 different expansions you can mix and match.
Yeah, I think I've only played 2 of them. One of them I don't remember which one it was, but one of them I enjoyed, and the one of them I didn't. I think there was one where you put like a pawn or something out to like save cards or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another the city one. I forgot that one.
Yeah, I'm glad none of those changes made it into Splendor Duel. I was actually worried about that before we played it. But yeah, great pick. Still really enjoy that one.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, I wasn't sure how that one would go over, but I still really like Splendor. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you know how much I love Duel. There's only one reason for that is because of how much I played Splendor, man.
For sure. For sure. Splendor Man.
Splendor Man. All right, we're gonna go from a light game to a super heavy game. And another one that's in my one play club. If I got to play it more, it would go higher, but it's a Feast for Odin. I know Bob's got this one. But man,
I haven't played it.
This could probably be my favorite Rosenberg game if I had just played it more. It's been years since I've played this, and it was just that one time. But it just does a lot of things that I enjoy about Caverna, which is my current favorite Rosenberg game. It's wide open. I mean, there's like over 70 some actions you can choose on this action board. And yes, that's worker placement. So literally just take your pick. Just take your pick. I mean, there's so many different ways to play this game. But it's also kind of a polyomino game as you're like placing tiles on your own board. And that's going to give you different bonuses and resources.
Oh, wow.
I hear the Norwegians expansion makes this game even better. But yeah, I just really got to play this one again. Feast for Odin would probably be a top 50 game for me if it wasn't one play like 5 years ago. So
sure,
that just moves it down every time we do these. So
yep.
But yeah, Feast for Odin is fantastic. I just need more exposure.
Cool.
Okay. Number 90.
Number 94. If you watch it all, you know that I love me some Hidden Movement. This might be the one that started it all, but Spectre Ops.
Yeah.
Great Hidden Movement game. I loved trying to get in there and lure people in the wrong direction so that you can go over and get your objectives done. run over, get your secondary objective without being seen, and then GTFO. Like it's a good time. I love the cat and mouse of hidden movement games, and I think Spectre Ops does a good job with it.
Only played this once years ago. I'd still say it's my favorite hidden movement game. This one I really enjoyed, and of course, Mr. Emerson Matsuchi.
Yeah, Emerson Matsuchi.
Of the ones and the minis still having lots of things you can do, right? Because like sometimes it can be boring playing as the many, searching for the hidden movement people.
Right.
I feel like you're still using your tactics, your lines of sight, and trying to narrow people down. Like it's good.
I like this a lot more than like Sniper Elite. And I feel as proactive in this as I do in Sniper Elite. You know what I mean? But
right, having things to do.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, if you're one of the many, you still have an interesting ability to use, and I think that makes being, as you said, one of the many more interesting than in other games like this.
100%. Yeah, great pick. Great game.
I'd love to play this again.
Man, I wonder if I got this in my top.
You still have
100.
Spectre Ops, Bob, right?
Yep.
Man,
I mean, if he doesn't, I do. Yeah, I mean, I painted some of mine, I think.
Yeah, I don't tend to sell games. I just buy shelving.
Yeah, same. Same, unfortunately. All right. My 94 is designed by friend of the show. But this is such a great implementation of this kind of game. It's social deduction with some dice rolling, and you're trying to do rituals and kill other people. And I'm talking about Cult of the Deep.
Nice.
If you want to play sort of a more involved, darker version of like Bang, this is it. The asymmetric character, roles and powers and things like that are really interesting. The way that the dice interact with the different rituals that are going on are really interesting, really fun, and the art is great. And the components for this game are top notch. But what do you expect from BA Games? But yeah, so Cult of the Deep is my 94. I'd love to play this again with a big group because it's been a minute. But I believe last time we played this, Bob and I just ran roughshod over everybody.
Yeah, I remember that night. That was fun.
Yeah, you can't let Bob and I team up and go unchecked. I'm just going to tell you, it's bad times for you if you're going to do that. Yeah, great game, super fun, and look forward to playing again.
I love the big tarot cards, and who doesn't want to join a cult?
So good, such great components.
So you guys covered this right before I joined the channel, so I still have not gotten to play Cult of the Deep.
Yeah, that's not an accident. I'm just kidding.
You son of a bitch. You're holding out a social deduction game on me.
Yeah, one Bob will play too. That's even worse.
Yeah, we gotta make that happen. Is this how is it at 3? A lot of games like this can struggle.
I don't think
I've never tried it at 3.
Oh, it's 4 and up. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't played it at 3.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It is not at 3. That's how it is.
All right. Well, hey, if it works at 4, that's still good. A lot of these only work at 5 and up.
It is definitely better with more.
Nice. Okay. All right. Here's a game that we all like, and I didn't start playing this until 2023, and then I started playing it a bunch on BGA. Borrowed it from Bob. Cartographers.
Oh, nice. So good.
I love a lot of Thunderworks games, and this is one I just figured I'd eventually get to play. And then I did, and I really enjoy this one. I mean, it's not only a flip and write, it's also a polyomino game. You're drawing your polyominoes, and they all kind of score in different ways. This one actually has an okay amount of player interaction, which most of these do not, because at the end of each round, you're going to give your board to the person on the left, and they're going to draw a monster in the most inconvenient spot possible. And if you don't surround it with polyominoes, it costs you points. Really interesting game. There's a ton of add-ons for this. I need to try them. But Cartographers, really, really fun flip and write game.
Oh, it's good stuff, man. I don't even like roll and writes that much, and I love this one.
Well, this is not a rolling right.
Yeah, I know. Flip and write, whatever.
Or an X and write, as some call it. I like the timer of this game too. How like that number on the top left of the card, you get to a certain number, and that's what ends the
Season
round.
changes.
Some
Yeah.
cards have 1, 2, and 3, so you don't know exactly which card is going to end the phase. Yeah, very unique. And each round scores differently, so you're kind of planning for now, but also planning for ahead. I really enjoy that part.
Yeah, this game just does a lot of things right. It's a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just need to grab a copy at this point. Okay, that's 94. Let's get to 93.
My number 3, short and sweet, is Dune Imperium.
Oh, there you go.
It's an enjoyable deck builder. It does suffer from it can overstay its welcome once you get the pound on the leader thing. That's why I usually try to get the last like 3 points in one shot. Otherwise, you get to 9 and everybody just gangs up, and you're never getting to 10.
Yeah,
and it could really make the game drag out. But it is a bunch of fun. I love the different abilities and even the expansion added some really cool characters and stuff to it, and other like worker placement spots that you can go to. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed Dune Imperium. I think it's the weaker of the two that came out, right? The Lost Ruins of Arnak. But yeah, it is still good.
Yeah, they also did a good job of making it feel thematic, though. I definitely want to give Dune Imperium credit for that. It feels, you really feel like you're in the Dune universe, the Duneverse, I guess.
The Duneverse. Wow.
I kind of hate that. But yeah, it does a nice job. Next Station London and Cartographers are my only 2 and rights games. All right.
I need to play Next Station London. I've been hearing good things about that one.
Yeah, I haven't played that one.
Yeah, to your point, Tim, I think one of the more thematic things is how you got to earn favor with a faction to be able to gain those points. That's interesting. It kind of steers you to using certain parts of the board more than others.
Yeah.
And of course, buying the cards from the market that align with those factions as well. That part's really interesting. And the player interaction in this, there's a conflict at the end of each round, and so you got to commit. You got to commit fighters to that battle each time, which is interesting. I like this one, but it's been a while since I've played it, and yeah, it can overstay its welcome, so it fell a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah. My number 93, it has fallen, but I still love this game, and we'll play this at the drop of a hat because it's so much fun, and it's so much fun to play with a group of people, and that is Ready, Set, Bet. This game is just amazing. It's so much fun. The pressure, the tension, just for a couple of little electronic horses zipping across your screen. I have yet to play this with like a human running the horses, which I would still love to do. Maybe we should try to do that. Maybe we should try to do that at PoppyCon. Because I think it would be fun to just run the horses and call them out. You know what I mean? And I would have just as much fun doing that as I would losing horribly at this game, as I'm throwing my bets frantically down on the horse that is going to not win. But yeah, this game's great. It's really well designed. The app is awesome. And it's super fun.
Nice.
I still absolutely adore this game. It's just so much chaotic fun. Celebrating digital horses, man. Nothing like it. Especially when you get family members doing it that don't even play games that much.
Exactly right. Exactly right. I mean, again, right, that's sort of the magic of some of these board games, is getting the family members and the people that don't always play board games or wouldn't be as open to it, You find a theme or something that's appealing or just something, just fun. Just fun.
Oh man, Trevor's talking about trying to set this up for Whiskey Wednesday. I'm not
Oh,
quite sure I see how that would happen.
you stream the screen, everybody would have to be able to bet. You'd have to have a way that everybody could throw their bets in.
They
I
could
mean, if it was
type them
just
in, whoever types them in, but then one of us would have to track the bet board. It's possible. It would.
yeah. So what you would have to do is, can you do you can't do multiple presents, right? You can only have one presenting screen.
Well, no, Bob, because we could have one present screen be the race
The
itself,
bet
the app,
board and one the race itself.
and the top down would be the bet board.
Right. So I could set up a bet board here and use my camera over the top to place bets.
And then we just do it. We don't do it like fast. We do it slow, and we just
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then you could do somebody rolls the dice.
you do. Somebody rolls the dice,
Ah.
and you could go by order of when people throw it in the chat.
Yeah, that would be that. Yeah, it's real time. You got to type in your bet. Yeah, that would be interesting. That would be interesting.
And then we
Something
could
to consider.
Not impossible.
Not impossible.
We'll put that one in the ideas box.
Yeah.
in the good
Man,
ideas
this high
box.
roller edition, though, man.
Do it up.
It's like,
Be the high roller.
yeah, I don't need. It was tempting. It could.
Well,
it
you
was
need to make your big version anyway. You need to finish all that up.
Yeah, I know. I do have a big track and all that on that can be magnetized. It was the horse thing I didn't quite finish really, but that was it. Love this game. It's been a while. Need to play it again.
What you
Great
got, Mike?
game.
Great pick. Yep. All right. Time for me to get a bag builder on my list. This is my favorite Reiner Stockhausen game. A lot of people are going to want to talk about Orleans, but for me, I always liked Altiplano better. I really like the planning that you're doing on your board, and I like how you can call out chips out of your bag. So really, you're trying to convert basic chips into better ones, and you're going to load them into your bag, and you're going to pull them out. You're going to get better chips. But one interesting thing about it is some of those chips don't activate very well, but they can score you points. And so you've got this warehouse that scores you these sun points for the end of the game. So it is also a way to call out some of those basic chips. I just really like the way this one works. I like how you're also programming movement because you're trying to move amongst these different like high plains areas, and you can activate your chips in any order you want. So sometimes you want to use the chips on this island, then move, and then use the chips on that other island you just moved to. I just really like the combination of mechanics that this one has. So for me, Altiplano, my favorite Reiner Stockhausen game over Orleans.
I haven't played.
I haven't played either. I love Orleans, but I haven't played this one.
Yeah, it's really good. He came out with both pretty close to each other. I've got the Traveler expansion to this too that I haven't tried out. So, yeah, Di, I'm definitely a fan of Altiplano for sure. Okay, our last two. Time for 92.
Number 92. Haven't played this game in a long time. And the unfortunate thing is I loaned this to a friend and it came back and the bottom was all busted.
Oh,
yeah. But I still love a Game of Thrones board game. I love the backstabbery. I love the hidden planning of your actions and movements at the same time. And I mean, I love the show. I'd say I enjoy the books, but I haven't gotten through them all yet.
Neither is George R. R. Martin. Ha!
Ha! Nice. Yeah, burnt.
But yeah, that's I think it's a great implementation of the, it encapsulates all of that intrigue and planning and everything that the game or that the show and books have in it. And yeah, you get to live it out your own way. Juego de Tronos, it's great.
Oh, that game is so good.
Throne de Fer,
And
crushing it.
this will be funny. Let's see when I played it last. 2015. Got destroyed as the Starks was my game note.
Nice.
As the Starks. Come on, it's easy to win as the Starks.
Well, I should have turtled, but I did not do that. I went out into it thinking, all right, I need to start trying to take over some territories. No, not so much.
I mean, you can do that. It's just dangerous. Depends on who. The other thing is, the thing I love about this game is it's so like different people will play it differently. So when you sit down, I've seen this game won a bunch of different ways, and yeah, it's wild. It's wild. I love this game. Yeah, great pick. I like it more than my 92, but that's because I got Game of Thrones ranked higher. Heyo. But anyways, my number 92 is just sort of a evergreen classic for me. Actually, the first version of this game I got, which isn't the one I play anymore because I got a nicer, cooler looking version. But the first version I got of this was my first Geekway free game. Remember you used to like draw a chip and you could like get a free game at Geekway?
Yeah.
And so King of Tokyo. But I put King of Tokyo the Dark Edition because it just looks badass. It sprinkles in a little extra stuff. But anyways, King of Tokyo in general. For me, you could lump in King of New York. Also, I know there's also some preference in between for some people with one version versus the other. But man, I just really enjoy this game. I like playing it with my kids. I like playing it with the grown-ups. The trash talk, are you gonna stay in? Are you gonna stay in? Like, okay, and then when you hit them and then you've got to go in, so it's just fun. It's dumb fun. It plays quick, and it doesn't overstay its welcome. You can have some epic turns, some big swings. And it's all luck of the dice. So, don't get too invested, but it's a good time.
Yep. Great interaction.
And again, I, play with my kids, have a good time, just play with people I can trash talk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. One of the few games where it's quick enough that the elimination doesn't matter.
Yeah. I find that usually, if you're not a total turd, yeah, you can spread out the elimination in a way that it doesn't feel like somebody's just sitting there the whole time. But that is a fair point.
Yeah, great game. Haven't played it in quite some time.
I haven't played the dark version, but it does look cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we should fix that too.
Yeah, it looks great. All right. Well, I played my first game of this modern classic this year, taught to me by Bob, and it made my top 100. It's Abyss.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, Abyss is great. I just didn't get to check this one out until this year, and it aged very well. I really like the push your luck across the top here, as you can take the card or you can let somebody else have it.
Well, yeah, other people get dibs on it first.
Yeah. So they get the dibs first, and then if once those people take a card, then you have the option to keep drawing. And if you draw, you can get all the way to the end. You gotta take what's at the end, and it might be worse than what you've already revealed.
But it could be great.
It could be great.
Could be.
But then all the ones that don't get picked up go into the stacks. I like that action of grabbing like 7 of those cards and hoping there's a few 2s and 3s in there. And then, of course, buying these guys down here that really get your engine going. Very unique game and how it manages the push your luck and the
Yeah.
player interaction of those cards across the top there.
This
Yes.
must be a newer edition where it has those slots on the board for those.
I think there's a new edition coming out.
Okay.
I thought I just saw something about a new edition coming out.
Yeah,
This
there
is
is,
one of the
actually.
things where the graphic design, I suppose would be the term, of the board and the layout helps to teach and play the game, because you basically have one of three actions you could do. You could do the top row where you're exploring the depths. You can do the middle row where you're trying to gain the support of the Senate or whatever that is, or you do the bottom row where you're recruiting one of those leaders. And so it really helps you doing this one, or this one. It just
Mhm.
makes the game easy to teach. And
Yeah.
Mike even commented that it's the most boxware he's ever seen on any one of my games.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I
true.
take it to my parents' house all the time. My mom loves this game. And so
Right.
we have played it quite a bit.
I remember you bought this game and then came over to my house. Like you were at Fantasy, you bought it, you brought it over to my house, and like we cracked it open and played it like
Yep.
that night.
Yep. And the expansion's really good too.
Yeah, the expansion's really good. I need to get the expansion. I don't have the expansion.
Yeah, Andrew, one of the things about this one on BGA is that you have to wait for on your turn, you have to wait for
Yeah.
other players to select cards. So it's really important. There's an option on there where if the card is
Live play.
underneath a certain number,
Oh,
you can
yes.
choose auto pass.
Auto pass. Yeah.
Yeah, and if it's under a 2, don't want it. That speeds it up tremendously. But
Yep.
yeah, unless you're playing real time, that can drag it down a little bit. But man,
Which is
when
funny
you
because even
don't-
IRL, I do that. I said if it's lower, if it's a 2 or lower, I'm blowing past it. So stop me if you want it. And that way I just
Yeah.
flip till I get to a 3 or higher. And then
Right.
ask
Yeah.
if you want it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It
It's a
is
great
really
game.
good. Though. The same thing can happen on BGA if you're playing any kind of drafting game. Unfortunately,
For sure.
wait for other people.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, great game and has aged very gracefully. And excited to see that new edition. Maybe it's time for me to get a copy in my collection.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you liked it.
Okay, that takes us down to our last one of the night, number 91.
This game, I was so glad when Tim traded this to me. It is by Peterson Games.
Oh, I know what it is.
Evil High Priest. Everybody's got their cult, and you have your own sanctum, and you can hide all your stuff in there, and you're trying to bring about the end of the world. It's like a worker placement. There's these different rituals that you can do, and then as you're awakening this great old one, it's opening up more and more worker placement spots on there. And one of my favorite things is like when you go to get raided, the amount the raid is reduced by the number of basically crazy people you have running around, and it's just a bunch of fun.
Because they get in the way. It's thematically.
They get in the way, like, oh my god, look at these guys. Let's get out of here. These guys are crazy.
It's thematically, it makes so much sense. I
You're like
remember
burying stuff down in your sanctum.
I remembered I did not want to trade. This game was not actually for trade. It was just that I wanted stuff Bob had, and he's like, "Well, you could give me that," and I'm like, "Okay, but you're not allowed to get rid of it."
Yeah, you have the rights of first refusal. Is that what they call that?
Correct. That is what I call it for sure.
But don't worry, as I mentioned before, I don't tend to sell games. I just buy shelves.
Yeah, same. Same. But no, it was good. I do really love this game. I think it's really cool, and I really like what it does with that.
Yeah. They even did like I wouldn't say a crossover with Cthulhu Wars, but they did release High Priests that you get for Cthulhu Wars. You can get to be your High Priest mini for this game. Yeah,
right.
You got a bunch of plastic for it.
Yep. All right, my turn. This game I know Mike loves, and I've only ever played the base version of this game, and I've heard that I'm not even like reaching the peak. And that is Role Player. Role Player is my number 91. I really like this game. I was really impressed with it. As someone who has made 100 plus, role-playing game characters,
Sure.
Sometimes rolling up your character is like the most
part.
fun.
Yeah.
You haven't had a chance to get killed or have your dreams shattered yet. But no, this game's really cool. I really love the way that the different die do different things, and like the different ways that, like with dice mitigation and like things you can get items and you can affect your alignment, all kinds of stuff like that is really cool and really neat. And yeah, I just love the hell out of this game. It's super fun. And I did buy at Origins a couple years ago, like the box that has like everything for it. So I've got like a 10-pound box, filled with just role player stuff. But yeah, freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I got that big box too. It was nice to be able to kind of put everything together. But yeah, I just really like what the Monsters and Minions expansions adds. The base game's good. Like it's enjoyable, but it's just kind of like one of those expansions that once you play it, you just won't play it without anymore. It adds like a final boss battle, and it's really just a huge dice chuck. Add up your total and you get tiers of points for it, but it's still really satisfying to have that finality to the game.
Sure. No, I mean
Sure.
you're building up towards that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so why not?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a bunch of stuff for this. I got the metal coins. I even bought the holographic monsters at
I
Gen Con a couple years ago.
I got all
Um,
that stuff. Yeah. That box I
yeah,
bought, it was everything. I was like, this is everything for role player. And they're like, it's
yeah.
everything.
Man, this game was inching towards my top 10 at one point. I still really love this one. It's been a while though.
I just haven't played it in ages, you
Yeah,
know.
it's
I think I've
oh
only played it
wow.
once or twice.
2020? Wow. Man, I gotta fix that. Woo. Crazy.
Bob, have you played role player yet?
Like once, maybe
Okay.
twice.
Okay.
But it's been a couple
Great
years.
pick. Great pick. Man, so many games that haven't been played in a while.
I know. Makes me
It's where
sad.
they all fall. You know, the top 50 is almost just like your hotness. And then
Yes.
the 50 after the 50 is
You're
that's where all the
right.
good games have gone.
You're right.
The good
All right.
game
Well,
graveyard.
I got a new to me, another new to me here, and another one taught to me by Bob. I don't know what that says.
I'm a good teacher.
But man, I just can't get enough of this one. It's Istanbul, the dice game.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, this one I just really enjoy. And you're kind of rolling these dice, and you're just trying to. It's a race game. You're trying to get the 5 rubies to win this game.
Yeah, it depends on player count, but yeah.
So you're just chucking these dice, and you got a couple re-rolls, and you are going to lock them in, and you're either going to take resources, which give you these permanent resources.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Not permanent, but
yeah, you can turn them in, but at least you get to save them for round to round.
yeah, the dice you have to use right away, or the chits you can save from turn to turn.
Yeah, and so you're use those to get dice, or you can use or to get rubies, or you get coins to get rubies. What I really like is these special ability tiles over here, because you can just build some crazy engines with these. I mean,
Yep.
there's a couple of them that give you more dice to roll. There's some of them that give you an additional action to perform on your turn. Some of them give you those cards, which are just like an awesome benefit every
Yep.
single
Free
round of the
stuff.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how quickly this ramps up, and you can build these like really overpowered engines really quickly and get to use them multiple times. And there's just so many engine builders that, fizzle by the time you've got your engine where you want it, or it takes a long time to get that engine built. And this thing just ramps up so fast, and it's very fun in a quick 20 to 30-minute game.
Yeah, because when you fire off that, you do all that work and you only get to fire that engine once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't played this one.
No, this is I pull this one off the shelf quite a bit. It sits right over here by my where I sit when I play cards and stuff. And we play it all the time. Even Karen Holla taught me at QsCon.
Oh,
and
right
it
on.
Rapidly became because I played the OG Istanbul and it's okay. But the dice version is really good. It's fun. It's quick.
Mm-hmm.
Night, Andrew. Stay in touch, man. We'll get you on real soon.
There you go. 91
Cool.
through 100.
Relatively painless.
Yeah, relatively. I just want to rant a little bit real quick about this game right here. Okay. Ascendancy. This is one of those games that came with what's supposed to be awesome inserts. And some of the player ones are really good. It keeps all your cards in there. You've got like a clear thing that holds everything down. Cool. But it's one of those games that also came with sleeves. And guess what? When you sleeve everything, it doesn't all fit in there like nice and easy.
Oh.
And there's just so much crap. And it's like, just make the box this much bigger, to make everything fit a little bit better. Man, I had you saw those pictures of all the crap all over the table. That was me trying to sort this. And it didn't come with a map either to tell you where everything goes. So literally I kind of just did like a scenario 1 setup and then kind of put everything away. So that way I could kind of learn where things would go.
Jeez.
And, but yeah, it was literally like 2 days of just brain melting, like,
Yeah.
Like, it looks like it'd be really cool. Like there's a lot going on, and you can like save your game kind of like as you're playing through the campaigns, because the cards, and like I said, you put the little cap over the top, it holds everything in spot. It's really nice, but it was just a nightmare getting that thing assembled. Like I've done, Perseverance, Anachrony, like all these, Lacerda games that come out, like, and not nearly as bad as this thing was.
Oh.
So, it was pretty not fun.
That sounds brutal.
Well, let's recap our list real quick for steps.
Okay.
I think they missed.
Yeah, you said you had a drop for an hour, so yeah, we'll do a recap here. So counting down.
Yeah, just
Rattle
do.
them off.
Oh, just Tim. Oh wait, Tim. Recap. You just want Tim's list. You don't want anybody else's list. Is that how that's worded there?
No, just rattle them all off.
Oh, lists.
Yeah.
Okay, plural. Okay,
Plural.
I take it back. Here you go.
Wow.
Wow, I thought you just meant Tim's
So
list.
defensive.
Man,
I was like, wow, ouch.
I'm also like a little miffed at how offended Bob was that they wanted to know my list.
No,
Yeah,
I think we wanted to start with Tim's list because it only can get better from there.
That's fair, too.
Oh
I mean,
shit!
according to Andrew, if we're breaking points by those,
Hey,
I think it was
hey,
close
I
to
finished
a
strong.
negative.
I finished strong. I had
You
a
did
couple.
finish strong. All right, so here we go. I'll just rip through my 10 and then we'll just go around, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. So 100, I had Blood Rage. 99, Sausage Sizzle. 98, Telestrations, preferably the After Dark. 97, Quacks of Quedlinburg. 96, Deep Sea Adventure. 95, Challengers. And go ahead and throw the Beach Cup on there because that is the better version. 94 is Spectre Ops. 93 was Dune Imperium. 92 was A Game of Thrones. And number 91 was Evil High Priest.
Excellent. My 100 was Railroad Rivals. 99 was Massive Darkness 2, Hellscape. 98, Legendary Encounters, an alien deck building game. 97 was Reality Shift Deluxe. 96 is Cubitos. 95, Splendor. 94, Cult of the Deep. 93, Ready, Set, Bet. 92, King of Tokyo. And 91, Role Player.
My 100, the Spiel des Jahres winner, Captain Flip. 99, Mission Control, Critical Orbit. 98, Big Boss. 97, Moonrakers. 96, Secret Hitler. 95, A Feast for Odin. 94, Cartographers. 93, Altiplano. 92, Abyss. And 91, Istanbul, the Dice Game.
I like Mike with the soft flex where he's like, well, mine was a Spiel des Jahres winner.
Yeah.
But
It
you
doesn't
know,
Pretty
I
sure
mean,
that mine
anything.
might have been one at some point. Some of those games, one of those games, maybe. I don't know.
yeah.
Trust me, there's plenty of people that don't think it deserves it, but that's every Spiel des Jahres winner for the last who knows how long. So
Right.
It's always going to be controversial. Can't please everyone.
No.
but yeah, if you can get yourself a copy of Captain Flip, very, very light and fun, push your luck.
Well, we don't have to go late to spare Bob's voice, but I do want to throw something controversial out there real quick.
Ooh.
I mean, not like board game related, but I have been so Mallory, my daughter, she's been getting into anime, right? She's watching a lot of anime, like really likes Demon Slayer, stuff like that. She started watching One Piece, which she's really enjoying on Netflix. I started watching One Piece, but I started watching the live action One Piece instead of the anime. I'm really enjoying it. I've enjoyed that and Cowboy Bebop like quite a bit. Like those live action shows, like give me more.
I haven't really seen Cowboy Bebop, but I really liked the One Piece one. Like I tried after I watched that, I was like, that's good. I should watch the anime. And man, I have such a hard time with the guy's voice on the anime. So whiny. But yeah.
Well, check out Cowboy Bebop. Let me know what you think. But
okay.
I know that, they're like anything, any fandom, right? There's people that they want it. They want the purity of it, and that's fine. Look,
if that's your jam,
right. But I was really enjoying the live action. I haven't watched, I've only watched like some snippets of One Piece, like while Mallory's watching it or whatever. But then I started watching the live action this morning. And I'm a couple episodes in. I'm like, yeah, all right. Like, I'm enjoying this.
I think they did a good job with it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's really well made. The directing is very dynamic. Yeah, it looks good.
Yep.
And so Bob, check out Cowboy Bebop. Let me know what you think, because I think if you like the One Piece stuff, you'll like Cowboy Bebop. You might even like it better just because it's a little darker, not as goofy.
Sure. Another bit of side note, by this time next week, Tim will be famous.
Well, I'll be on Amazon Prime. That's for sure.
You will. That's the next best thing, right?
Yeah. So studio note for next week, I will probably be late because I'm going to take my kids to see the Harlem Globetrotters on Wednesday night.
You can finally talk about all that extra money coming in from the Jeopardy show now.
That's right. Yeah, we're actually playing with the Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh yeah,
Wait, you mean you're the team that they automatically beat every time, right?
They've lost like twice. They've lost like twice.
When somebody probably had a big bet on them. All right, guys, we're gonna need you to throw this one.
Well, you know what so I've seen the Globetrotters, I think 4 or 5 times now. And it almost always is like a last minute shot. And so to win it. And so if they don't make that shot,
they don't win.
They don't win unless they do like a Kansas City Chiefs and somebody throws a flag.
Yeah. Foul. He hits some free throws. Yes, Nick. Vampire Hunter D is really good.
Man, I have to watch
Ninja Scroll.
Trevor's right. I'm going to bet my whole FanDuel balance on the Washington Generals for that week.
Hey, do me a favor and bet the rest. Bet your winnings on Notre Dame after that.
I will say that, what was it, 9.5?
Yeah, I think it's
that point spread's very tempting.
I think it's 8.5 now, but yeah.
Still too much.
Yeah. Hey, look, I just hope Ohio State's reading all that press, because if they overlook us, it's going to be at their peril.
I'm not sure I've got 5. I mean, I might have 5 anime inspired board games, but I would tell you that the Attack on Titan cooperative deck building game.
Oh, that game's really freaking good.
Yeah, it's actually really good. And you really have to work together, and you really need to have people specializing in what they do. You have to have one person being your Titan killer. You got to have one person kind of moving around and getting items and stuff or healing people. Like, let people specialize, because these big Titans are going to come out, and you're going to need somebody that can do 13, 15, 20 points of damage. So, yeah, it's really good. I actually just pulled out and played that 2 weeks ago. So
the new Avatar one from the op, like Aang's Dynasty or whatever, that one's really good.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been playing through a bunch of that with Mal, and that one's really good. So there's a couple right there. That Attack on Titan for sure. Actually, both of them are pretty good. One of them comes with a Titan, and you've got to
I played that one. Or maybe we did one time. Yeah, we had different things where you I attack at this level, I can move up to this spot, because you have to get up to the back of the neck to attack them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's tough. But that co-op one that you've got, Bob, is really good.
It's really good.
Phenomenal. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's really good. But yeah. Well, we'll go light tonight. We'll save Bob's voice.
As much as it can be.
Yeah. But thanks for powering through, Bob. We missed you last week, so it's good to have you back.
Yeah, sorry to bail on everybody like that, but it was worse than it is. I mean, the voice is about the same, but I would also be blowing my nose every like 3 minutes. So
No.
I spared you that.
No, you take the time and get feeling right. Because if you're not feeling right, it's not fun. And
Yep.
we only want this show to be fun.
Please.
You guys got anything else to add before we sign off then?
I don't think so.
No. I'm assuming, well, we haven't talked about it yet. Next week, maybe continuation of the top 100, but we still have 2024 games that we need to talk about. So,
Yeah, that's true too.
and we got to hash out some ground rules for our fantasy board game league.
Apparently we do. All right, guys. For the board game rundown, I've been Tim.
Bob.
Mike.
We'll see you next time.
Disco time.
Go Irish.
Hold.
They could be
Nailed it, Mike. You're nailing it.
What the heck?
Mike's so good at this. He's so good at this.
So
I'm
good at
just
this.
drawing it out now.
We'll see you guys.
Good
next
job,
time.
Stonemeyer.
A 7.3 repeating. Heating.